anxiety and depression.
I don't think we coped well. Yeah, people don't really show you what's the worst in the life online. Everything looks picture perfect and you think, oh, what am I doing wrong?
I neglected myself. I attended to the baby because that's the only thing, but sometimes you will have these conflicting thoughts in your head.
I probably noticed it pretty early on, but I didn't feel overly comfortable talking about it.
We just try and be tough and carry on and show that we can do everything, but sometimes it's okay to just say we're not okay.
I think the best community I had was obviously family, first and foremost, mother-in-law, my mum, but also joining a mother's group. It was just wonderful having women who are experiencing the same thing on the same journey as me at the same time.
My community with my first was really my mother's group, and they still our community today.
We had my mother-in-law who was a midwife, my sister-in-law also a midwife.
I was part of a group with church and they were really supportive.
We have the family center, bring the baby to check every month, like very supportive GP as well.
My community was probably the dads from the mum club.
My community was a combination of family, the people here at daycare.
I think hospital, the local community nurses was helpful.
Her OB was great, the midwife was great.
I think the other one would be the nurses at the community centre.
In terms of the community, there is the childcare centre here. We also have the medical centres.
So men don't get OBs, right? We just have to cope. Yeah.
And my phone. I can actually do a lot of research through my phone.
My husband trying to divide my time between, trying to go back to work and this, the first baby and then the second baby and also, in my marriage as well. That was hard. But yeah, my husband was a great support for that. Saw lactation consultants. I had a lot of problem with breastfeeding when I first began. But honestly, our public system is fantastic and the midwives were just wonderful. We got excellent care. They were really, really supportive, really warm, really nurturing, really helpful.
They listened, they cried with me, laughed with me, brought me cups of tea. Unfortunately, they got sick and needed to go to hospital, so they dropped me care packages when they were unwell.
We had people dropping off clothes, we had people bringing in my washing, bringing in my mail, and that was all about the community that lived around us.
It was just good to be able to chat to other dads to see what they're going through as well.
Took the kids while I had a shower, cooked us a meal.
And we just talk about the struggles, rant about our husband. That's very helpful.
So the nurses do the checkups. They actually came to our house for a couple of times, which was lovely to check in with mainly my daughter, but also me.
My work was supportive. They're very flexible in terms of giving us time off if we needed to, leaving early, coming in late.
Lots of night drop-offs, lots of lasagnas, lots of cooked and frozen foods.
Yeah, my GP would check my emotional feelings and kind of stuff.
Just get a ring on the doorbell and a text saying, I've dropped a lasagna off at your front door, and that was just, a huge help for us. So.
When we had our second child, one of the mums from the Mothers Club came around to look after our first one when we had to go to hospital straight away.
Just to lend an ear to see that you're not the only one by yourself coping through something that is so foreign, and you wonder how your parents did it and how are you going to get through the next day? When's the next day? You're having a shower? Yes, definitely emotional support.
I think emotional support is the most important thing because you can always find something to eat, but you cannot always figure out what's happening in your mind.
I think for any new parent, just take the help you can get. If you can, it means outsourcing things or letting things slide. Just take any help you can.
People drop meals, that was helpful. Don't come in, just drop by the door because I don't want to see people the state I'm in.
I think remembering it's not just a baby, it's a mum that's born as well, and it takes a real minute for the mum and the dad to work out who they actually are in that space.
You need to be able to have that support system to tell the truth to, because I think if you get caught in pretending that it's roses all the time, it's hard to see if you are struggling.
Very important, yeah. You wouldn't survive without it. You can't survive on your own. You cannot. Yeah, so definitely seek for help.
I think, the saying, it takes a village to raise a child. No one realizes how much moms feel alone after giving birth.
I think mums especially can be quite a roller coaster of emotions that you go through. So I think being there for each other, supporting each other, hearing those words of wisdom is really, really helpful.
There's so much more of a mental load, and that's why you do need the community, because if you don't have that support, whether it's family, friends or a mother's group, if you don't find that network, then you won't know who you are anymore.